Power 108 Facebook. Power 108.9. Welcome to another segment of Iconic Konvo with
Diamond.
and Dijon Talks. Hey, what's going on, viewers? Long time no see. Happy May.
Yes.
Yo,
and
it's-
guess what? It is Women's Month again, and I'm claiming it. You know why? Because Mother's Day is around the corner, y'all.
Damn, how many months you guys gonna take?
Quite a lot.
God, but listen, it's already May 1st,
Yes.
and I could have sworn 2023 just started.
Mm-hmm.
It's already
The
finished.
first month, yes.
But guess what? You know what makes this month crazy?
What?
It's your boy birthday month. It's your boy's birthday month. It's only the greatest month in the world. It's your boy's birthday month. What you looking at? It must be your birthday month too. My man.
okay.
My man. That's 31?
No, the
13?
13th.
13?
Oh.
My man, I'll take it 25th. But it's okay. We still gonna celebrate together.
My sister's birthday as well.
When's
and
your-
my niece's.
when's your sister's birthday?
May 3rd, holla.
Okay, it's right around the corner in 2 days. You're gonna be spending lots of money this month.
I know.
I'm gonna be your
I don't
most
even wanna
expensive
think about
gift.
Oh my
it.
God.
I'm gonna be your most
I
expensive
know,
gift.
I
You hear,
know.
Michael? Yeah. We're gonna be spending money for me this month.
Yes, because he always takes
Oh
care
yeah.
of
We're
everyone.
gonna be spending money this month. Oh yeah.
I
I need like a little midget to come out of the little birthday cake and just what you mean? I need all that in my life. Listen, I'm not getting younger. I'm getting older. I gotta enjoy this little life I got.
Listen,
I'm
don't
trying to
listen-
get like you.
Don't listen to him.
But listen, in all real talk, listen. It's May. I'm excited. Summer's here.
Yes.
Summer's here.
Yes.
Hopefully it stopped being cold in Atlanta. I don't know. We bipolar
We have
over
bipolar
here.
Right.
weather.
It doesn't know we were in spring for some reason. It
Well,
just,
that's because we had summer in December. I mean,
why didn't it get the warning? Like it didn't know it was spring. Like
because
it
it had the warning for summer in December. So it said we have to give y'all some, a little bit of coolness here
I'm
and
really
there.
believing this global warming stuff. I'm really, but today is a special day.
It is.
We got a queen in the building.
Of course.
You sure?
Yes, it's another sis star, and stress the star, okay?
okay.
Because that she is.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take over the
Of
show and start
course.
introducing. Go ahead, do your thug
Hey,
shizzle.
So we have the fabulous, amazing sis star of ours. Okay, and she goes by Dior Luxe Queen Honeybee, who is
Okay. Yeah, here. Put your hands
yes,
up. Okay.
the CEO of Truth Honey. And you guys want to know what Truth Honey is, don't you, Dejan?
I mean, I'm curious because I know what truth is on a lot of levels, but I never heard of truth, honey.
I want her to tell all about it. I don't even want to go there. I want to just let her jump right in.
She's throwing you in the pool with no
All
life
right,
vest. No
she
life
just
vest.
threw me in.
See, at
So
least I try to give you
Queen,
floaties.
listen, we're gonna, that's her title, Queen. Okay.
Okay, Queen.
Yes, Queen Dior.
Yes.
Okay. Tell the viewers about Truth Honey.
So Truth Honey is an elegant brand of
Okay.
luxury honey.
Yes.
And we
Okay.
are changing the way that consumers view and purchase honey. Let's
Yeah.
listen to that shit.
That's a quick pitch.
Oh,
I was expecting the whole 60-second. You know how they be doing the 5 minutes.
no, right
tell
to
you
the
whole
point.
story.
Right to the point.
You gotta
You know
Okay.
what I'm
Right
saying?
to
She's
the
like, listen, let me
point.
tell you
So
exactly what
what
we do.
makes your brand stand out?
Because of our luxury style bottles, no one else is doing honey on this style. And so we wanted to, again, come out with a blast and a bang. And here we are.
Yes.
Okay. So before I get to the honey, I'm
Yes.
sure it's sweet.
Uh-huh.
But we got to romance this thing. We got to
Okay.
take our time. We
Take
can't
your
just jump up
time.
in there like that.
No.
All right.
He
so
wants
let's-
to pry.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
know
it is.
what I'm saying? I know these young,
Lord, okay,
these
come
young
on.
guys out
Right.
here, they ruffians. They just want to jump right into the honey.
Right.
But we're
You
gonna take our
gotta
time
make
with this
love
one.
to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants, that
Easy
smooth
you know.
takeoff.
You know, like babe and
And
like
the
a
smooth
genuine video
landing.
in the rain or something.
Right.
You know, we got
Okay,
to do
here we
things
go.
right.
Let's go.
I love it.
But we want to get to know the person behind the brand.
Yes.
So the brand is dope. However, there is no brand if there's no creator, there's no innovation, there's no there's no story.
Right.
So for everybody that never heard of, who are you? Who are you? Where are you from? Give us a little backdrop. Take a couple minutes. Tell us, who am I speaking to? So we heard about the brand. We're gonna get to the brand because that's very important. That's crucial, and we want to know how the brand can be impacting our community.
Okay.
How are you impacting the community? But right now, we want to get to know you. Who's this pretty lady behind the lens with the sexy dreads, with the nice edges? You still got your edges. You know what I'm saying?
I
You know what I'm
know.
saying? You know what I'm saying? With the locks.
Thank you, dreads. Excuse
know,
me.
with the
No
locks.
one here is
Okay.
dreading anything.
Okay, I stand corrected.
You said, okay.
All
Lord.
We're
all
locked
But
in
at
for
least I
life.
complimented the edges.
We're locked
Oh
in
my
for
God.
life.
right,
Okay,
all
get
right.
it
At least
straight.
I got some edges. Okay.
Hey, I ain't got
So,
nothing. I ain't got
you know, 'cause
nothing.
Look.
Listen, the other day, actually, I was out with her. I took this whole thing off.
Oh, my God.
Ain't no shame in my game. You know what I'm saying? This is called blessings right here. The bigger the forehead, the bigger the blessing. So don't be hating on the forehead game. The bigger the forehead, the bigger. You can't make shame of me.
I
But
can't.
Our
Okay.
viewers
We
know
wanna
why
know
he's
who
my
you are.
partner because he
Right.
has no sense at all. Okay, but
it's
that's
okay.
all right.
Okay, so I am Dior, your Lux Queen Honeybee, and I am from Fairburn, Georgia. Let's see, what else can I tell you about who I am? I've been featured in Forbes magazine.
Yes.
I am the first
Congratulations.
black. Thank you. I'm the first black woman beekeeper with the elegant brand to be ever featured in Forbes. I've also been on the Weather Channel. I was the
Yes.
first black female to ever be featured on beekeeper. That is to be featured on the Weather Channel. Talking
Congratulations.
about our honey and the elegant brand and what we do in the community. So we really started the business as a family business. You know, a lot of times they say family can't work together and it just goes awry.
Naysayers.
However, right. So my brother and I, we started it and we named it Truth because everybody has their own truth, right? Each part of the business have their own truth and we have to walk in our truth. When you walk in your truth, you know your truth and you can speak your truth, right? So as my brother is the master gardener and then I am the brains behind all of these.
slow down right quick. You
Okay.
know, for us simple folks, I got to do vocabulary
He wants the
breakdown.
layman terms.
Listen here, woman. You saying words that we never heard of before.
He wants the layman
What
terms.
does your brother do?
So he's a master gardener.
Can you break that down for the common folks? 'Cause we're not in your industry, ma'am.
Okay.
Speak English to us. Like, she's just going to overpass out like real fast. Like, I understand what they...
Oh my God. So he is the master of the garden, right?
Okay.
He talks about composting. He
Okay.
talks about the soil. He grows vegetables. Like we do have our own micro farm where we grow our own vegetables. That's actually how we got started in
Okay,
the
see?
community. So
See?
we started with what we did was we realized that so many chemicals and pesticides are on our fruits and vegetables. And of course, you know, I'm a believer. So God gave us these things of the earth and to impartake of it.
Yes.
So it helps us because it's pure, it's natural, as we call ourselves. We don't say that we're organic. We don't have organic grounds here. A lot of people say, oh, I'm organic. We got organic grounds. Where are they?
Ooh, she
Do we
better
not-
come on
Okay,
with the come
so,
on, girl.
and most of the times, organic grounds are like Puerto Rico and Jamaica.
Thank
and,
you.
You know, all over by the water. That's where the
Happy.
real, real grounds are, right? The
Correct.
great soil. However, we do have our soil is so fertile and it's so healthy that we grew our own vegetables. After we did our research, we realized that in our community, they just don't know about fruits and vegetables without the pesticides, and they really didn't know about honey as they are knowing about it now, right? Because a lot of times we look at the honey, nothing against the honey plastic bottle.
A lot we need to pull on.
No, because we all had that honey, right?
Okay.
But when you know better, you do better.
Gotcha.
Now, a lot of people just thought, oh, I'm going to put the honey in my tea, right? Honey is an antioxidant and it does wonders to the body. And so what we realize is that people just don't know that you can put honey on your skin and it heals your rash or whatever it is, right?
Preach.
You can put it in your hair, you can put it on your face and it makes your face smoother. Like, it's just so many different things that the community wasn't aware of that we wanted to inform them. And we got into the schools, and what we realized is that we don't look like a regular beekeeper. I laugh because
I like that.
so many people always say, you don't
don't
look
fit the
like
mold.
Right, you don't look like you do bees.
You don't
And
fit
so
the mold.
I have to always go into the bee suit and
Yeah.
install hives and be like, okay, here we are. And so that's how we really got started. My brother pitched the idea to someone else and they was like, no, I don't want to do it. So then he came and he pitched it to us and he was just like, do you want to do honey? And I was like, not what we have in the grocery store. I was like, let me think about it. And so as I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to do lavender. I don't want to do wildflower. I don't want to do orange blossom. I
the
don't
saturated
want to do
markets.
all the stuff that you have. And I don't want it in plastic bottles because plastic bottles sometimes have bacteria.
Thank you.
If
And
the
it
honey
breaks down into
crystallizes,
the-
right? How are you going to decrystallize it? You're going to put it in the microwave most times, and that causes bacteria, which is called leaching, which gets inside your body. So we didn't want to do that at all because if our honey crystallized, right, you can sit on your stove in your warm water and it return back to its normal state.
Yes.
And that's why we did glass bottles. But each of our bottles have a unique style that represent each flavor. So like you got a lemon ginger, it has a nice shape. You got a bourbon honey, it has a nice bourbon-like bottle. You have turmeric ginger, and you have like a nice size bottle for that. So each honey represents its own, and it does something for the body.
Branding,
That's the goal.
branding.
Yeah.
I love it. So you said something important that I plucked out of there. Introducing it to the schools.
Yes.
And not looking like the normal beekeeper. So what does it mean for your brand, your company, your business, period, to be a part of the STEM and STEAM programs?
Yes. So we were actually the first urban beekeepers to go into the schools and get the STEM, the Blue Ribbon Award for making change in the community.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So what we realized was that in our community, a lot of times they're saying you have to grow up and be a doctor. You have to grow up and be a lawyer. You have to grow up and be this, that, and this,
Don't we
that.
say that all the time?
But this is what they're doing. Boxing you in, right?
correct.
I was never the one to be boxed in.
like to color outside the lines.
I always stepped outside the boundaries.
Yep.
But what I wanted was for brown skinned individuals and our youth, because they are our future. I wanted them to see that you don't have to necessarily do the norm. Now, do I have master's degree? Yes. Do I have these? Yes, I do have all those credentials. That's just what it was. However, I'm not telling you not to go to school. Go to school and get your education, but do it the way that you want to do it. Like if I had to listen to every time somebody say, oh, turn your R forward. Oh, you need to be organic. Oh, you need to be green. If I listen to every time somebody said that, you wouldn't even know who I am because I will fit in like the rest. And I didn't want to do that. So there we are.
Awesome.
So, I like how you're always pitching the business. I could say you're a pro at that, right?
Right.
You're fun, you know your brand. And I like it.
Right.
I like it because
I love it.
I actually learned a lot more about honey that I didn't know. Like when you were talking about applying it on the skin for burns and some of the benefits. The only time I ever thought about honey is when tea time came, okay?
See? Okay.
Listen here.
My point
Now you know better than that. But
I'm
see,
dead behind.
he's
I'm dead
fibbing
serious.
because see, you're from the island.
Yeah,
so
but I was raised in
know.
America. I've been here since I was 6.
Okay, so
The only time I think about honey
it's
is tea time.
Okay, fine. I'll say
I don't even think about going to
We'll
the store
let
to
him
buy
slide.
honey.
See?
Like it doesn't even come to my mind on my grocery list. I don't even think, and I'm being quite honest with you,
Right.
because a lot of people think like me, the ignorance. We don't know the benefits. I think about turmeric, because I'm getting older,
Right,
inflammation. So I think
inflammation,
about
right.
stuff like that. So I think about that
and
now.
and you like to drink. And you don't know
like a
about
champ
honey in
too.
the drink?
Like a
Well, let's
no.
talk
And
about that, though.
I like my Tennessee honey.
Right. But let's talk
You
about
know?
the drinking part, because so we created the honey liqueurs because we did not like the way that it gives you. Well, let me take it back. I did not like the way that it gave you the hangovers, the headaches, and a lot of times when you're drinking the alcohol, it's the sugar content in it that shoots it up, right?
And drop
And
it back
then
down.
drop
Yep.
it back down, and so now you're just feeling really, really bad, and so.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that. And I listened to the community as some people complain and talk about ailments and this. And I was like, So if I go in and craft this honey and that it can help and aid and heal the body, that's what I want to do. And that's kind of how we did it.
See, again, fat boy here. When I thought about honey, it was tea time. And when I went to the store, it was not part of my agenda to pick up or go down the aisle and figure out honey. Because I would look at it and be like, why is this little bottle so expensive? Because I just didn't understand. Because sometimes when we don't understand the benefits, we don't understand why the price is there.
Exactly.
Right? But yet I'm still the same guy. I go buy a $200 bottle of liquor. Right? But I'm being honest with the conversation, right? I'm being honest with how our consumers think and where health applies and where we apply money. So sometimes we said, this is too expensive, right? A pair of Jordans is like $200, but a business is $150. But it's too expensive to start a business. So again, it's just rechanging the way that we view things. So that's why I like
the
you.
mindset.
I like how she brought that
it's the
narrative.
shifting of the paradigm for me, right?
Thank you.
That's what we really, really talk about, because again, when I say Lux Queen Honeybee, or this is luxury honey, it's luxury mind, luxury life, right?
Gotcha.
So people think that luxury is tangible,
Financial,
right?
exactly.
Or financial. It's not.
That's
It's
why I wanted you to get
it's
there.
a state of mind, right? And so once you eat, sleep, drink and breathe that, okay, normalizing luxury, it's okay, then you begin to invest in your life. So a lot of times when we buy high-end purses, they think, oh, we're investing in our life and our this. You're not. It's just a bag, it's just a bag with a name.
It's
like I could put
materialistic.
my name, look, Lux Queen on my shirt, and I can sell it for $1,000, okay? And people buy it because they say, oh,
Sure, this Iconic Konvo shows like 5,000. You're right. You're right.
Did you say 5,000?
5,000.
Okay.
Well, I can't.
You can. See, and that's the
Nipsey
thing.
Hustle
that's
sold
what I'm
CDs for $1,000 in the back of his car.
I'm trying to tell
This
you.
5,000, like I said.
Okay.
What's the
See?
difference between this and the other brands?
That's what I'm trying to tell
Okay.
you. You have to believe in your own
I
brand.
just
If
said it's
nobody
5,000.
believe, if
I
if you
know, I
don't
get
believe
it.
in it,
Yeah.
who gonna believe in it,
Big
right?
facts.
You
True.
are the brand. You have to represent who you are. So when I walk out, I am the brand. I am Lux Queen Honeybee. That's just here we are.
Love that.
See,
But I think the difference is between what's tangible and what's healthy
right?
is the fact that as I listen to you evoke more information about the benefits of honey, we're understanding why we should invest.
Right.
Not just the honey, but our health. Because
Our health.
I always tell people you can't not afford not to invest in your health.
You right.
You know how we make excuses, I don't have time for the gym.
Right.
I don't have time to eat healthy. Well, if you don't make time for it, you literally won't have time.
You won't until your body sits you down and be like, now you have to have time for
You
your
literally-
body.
yeah, or it's just gonna take all the time
Or it's
away.
going to take all the time away.
It's just gonna take all the time away.
Exactly.
So, you talk about how you guys are in the farming industry. So talk about a little bit before we got there. Like, what's your background? What did your parents do? How did you guys get to this point? Because listen, I'm a city boy. I am not a country guy. So this is all foreign subjects to me.
Okay.
PE was my favorite subject in lunch.
That's the reason why he asked about Master Gardener.
Listen.
Now you see you're connecting the dots.
The only time I ever heard of anything herbal, you know what that was.
Oh my God.
So leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I can't with you.
Hey.
Oh my God.
But you know who I'm speaking for?
Okay.
90% of our viewers.
That's right.
So I don't care what y'all say. I'm speaking
with
for our
you.
viewers.
No, and I really agree with you, right?
So let's
I'm
take a
here
step
for
back.
you.
All right,
let's take a
since
step
you
back.
with me, so
Okay.
let's take a step back. For the people that didn't have your
Yes.
upbringing, because
Okay.
again, I'm a city boy. There was no farms in the city. There was no garden in the city. The garden was whatever corner store. Not
Okay.
even Walmart, because he wasn't around. Corner store.
Right.
You know, the little canned sodas. That was my corner store. My little fruit snack with
That's
all,
true.
with all of the
And-
preservatives.
Right.
And to reiterate a point, not too many times you hear now in this time or
Yeah.
color actually owning and doing their own farming.
Right. Exactly.
So this is just all
This is why it's so important.
phenomenal.
Right.
So let's take a step back.
So
Okay.
let's get it.
So,
How did you grow up, and what brought you and your brother, because you highlighted your brother throughout the country,
yes.
to this particular place of farming? I'm going to start there.
Let me just start. So, first, my grandfather
See, there we go. I knew there was a backstory.
always, when you're growing up, and I tell people all the time, when you're growing up, your elders, they drop nuggets and golden nuggets, and you have to listen to them, because when I was there with my grandfather, he was, look, he would grow collard greens, he would sell boiled peanuts, he would make peanut butter, he would be like, listen.
All the stuff I used to buy.
Right, he would say, grow your vegetables,
Yep.
eat healthy, like, and at that time, I would be like, okay, granddad, you know how you, okay,
Yeah.
granddad, and then you look in their backyard, and they got this whole field
Yes.
of like vegetables, and they
Everything.
go into their garden to eat, right, farm to table. And so and then my great grandmother had like this whole field of like with pecan trees and all kind of stuff, and we would go visit. I'd be like, what? You know. And so over a
Pecan
course of
pie.
time, right, you know, you learn those things, right. And then as we got older, so my background is in mass communication, business management, journalism, esthetician, skincare, stuff like that, right? And so for me, I always wanted to create a product that's gonna either help hair growth, skincare, because my
Help
son
your brother
has that.
out. Help your brother out. You was making fun of it.
Listen,
now help it out now.
No, you
Nah,
was making
help it out now.
You made fun of your
I give
own
a
hairline,
help it out
okay?
now. You know what I'm saying? I got
Yes,
the Batman
excellent.
going on over here. I don't want to be Batman. I want to be Superman.
My middle son has it badly.
See, so right,
What, alopecia?
eczema.
eczema.
And
Eczema?
so,
Oh,
I always just was in that arena, right? And so, when my brother brought the idea to me, it's so funny because I had just gotten back from Savannah, and I was in there looking at a Savannah Bee Company, right? But it's so commercialized, and it's so just, you know, it sells itself, right? That's
Let them stick to their
that's what it
medallions.
is, right? Yeah. And so for me, when I went in and I was like, okay, this honey's good. Okay, this is that. But for me, I just wanted to give an experience, and I wanted to feel personable with my clientele. So when you come to the table, let's say we out vending or doing something, you're going to get a whole experience. You're going to get an experience in your mouth from tasting each flavor of honey, and it's just, you know, you can't change that. When people give you that awe reaction or what, or this honey is it, that's what keeps us going. So yeah.
It's the oomph.
You see, but I would have never known how she grew up. I ain't know see the influence of the grandpa and the grandma.
Now
okay.
let's go back. And then my
You
so
see? You see? Now she's not. Watch,
Now
now
wait.
she's gonna add to it. Go ahead.
I am so
Because she went back to pitching. She didn't even realize. She went
Oh
back
my
to
God.
pitching.
So my parents, right, they always instilled in us to be great. And so my dad is a pastor. And so what I did was our first soft lunch was at the church. The church is called Bountiful Blessings. So we first sowed our seed there, and we grew the vegetables in the community, gave to the church and things like that. But from there, like, blessings have overflowed, and we just kind of been elevating from the next level. So I cannot not say that part at all, because that's really like critical in our process. And then on our first launch, like the real launch, we well, let me go back a little bit. So my girlfriend is a high-powered attorney, and so my stylist was like, you should go get your honey out the car. I was like, girl, what? I had little, it's so funny how you start. When you think about it, from where you started to where you are now, you be like, wow. And if you don't have progress, then you're not doing something right in your company. Okay, so I just want to drop that out. But I had these little like round containers, and had little silver tops, and I was writing on there lemon ginger, turmeric. I had peach honey. Like, I'm just writing this out, right? So I had like a whole tray. And matter of fact, it's one of those muffin trays that have like 24 little holes in it, right? Okay, so I had it. And so she was like doing here. She was like, go get it. I'm like, okay. So I go out to the car, I bring it in. And so she was like, oh, let me sample this. Now, mind you, business is business and personal is personal, right? So I'm looking at her as this high-powered attorney that's just on this top level, and I'm like, girl,
You don't want this though.
I was like, no, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said, you know, you kind of want to keep your personal and business separate. But
Separate.
anyway, so she was like, I'm doing this big event. And she was like, I don't have any vendors there. And I was like, okay. I said, but taste the honey because you might want it there. So she was tasting it. She was like, you're the only vendor that I need in here. She said, you know, I got a bartender, but you're the only one. Now, mind you, we didn't have labels on our bottles. We had like little gold letters that said L or P for peppermint. And so, okay. And so we set the table up. When I tell you that we sold out that night, right? I said, we got a real product.
Won't
because
he
if
do
we didn't
it?
have labels on the bottle and they are like
Still selling
they
out.
just selling out, I'm like, okay. So then
Confirmation.
that was a confirmation, right? And so how Lux Queen Honeybee really came about, before our main launch where we were going into a gift shop in Buckhead. Actually, it was the owner of the America's Mart. Before it became America's Mart, it was
Okay.
the other one. So anyway, so we went in there. And they was like, oh, you need to do a full lunch, and we're going to set it up. I mean, everybody was there. Jasmine Guy. I mean, like Tyler Perry people. Everybody was there, right?
Gotcha.
So the night before, we was prepping, getting everything together. First thing, I got burned by the heat gun. I was like, what? And I was like, okay, this not going to stop me. Like, this not going to stop me from doing what I know needs to happen, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay, by this time, you know, everybody was like getting on to the honey, knowing the honey was what it was. And so then the next day I said, okay, I got to take my son to school. Dropped him off. And normally in the car, I would normally have music on. I'm talking to somebody, something. It was like just quiet. And I'm thinking, I didn't even think about it. I just dropped him off. On the way back, when I came back, I fell asleep at the wheel. Went off the embankment, airborne into a tree.
Oh, wow.
Right. So, the EMT said, "Oh, she should be dead." Now, mind you, I'm laying in the ambulance, right? My neck all, and so I'm listening to this conversation, like, because there's nothing you could do. You just hear,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And so, because this is my truth for Truth Honey. Anyway, so I was laying there, and he was like, "Yeah, any other turn or whatever, she would have been gone." Now, mind you, I'm down in a ditch. So as I'm trying to turn the car off or get out, there was this guy at the hill. I always say this is my guardian angel, right? This guy at this hill, and he just lifted me up and pulled me out of the ditch. And then the lady comes, she was like, "I don't even know who this is." I was like, "Me either." I'm still kind of like out of it. And so when they put me in the ambulance, I was laid there, and they was like, "She should be dead. She should be dead." And I'm thinking, okay, but God didn't want me to be dead, so I'm still here. So my brother was like, "I'm not going to the lunch." I'm trying to turn. I said,
no.
"I'm alive. You're gonna go."
alive.
He was like, "No, you sure?" I said, "Go." Like, all I could think about was, if I'm still able to talk to you, go, because it's a greater purpose. Did I know what the purpose was at that time? No, but I knew it was a purpose. And so he went, and it just went very well. And so the doctors put me on like 45 different medications. They were trying like all of this different stuff. My body was rejecting it. It was just bad. And so after that, I sat at the table. I was like, I need something. And so God was like, all this honey that everybody keep talking about, they're getting healed from, they doing this, it's helping the body inflammation. Why are you not taking your own product? I said, "Oh, you know how you just get these revelations? You be like, wait, okay, hold on." So I started taking the Rejuvenate honey that I created, and it rejuvenated my body. And so here I am now. When I tell people, it's really about taking care of your health and knowing the signs from your body. I mean, you can't go wrong. And so here's the Lux Queen Honeybee. And that's it.
Let me just say this. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
powerful.
that was very powerful. And the fact that it came full circle in a sense, because you kind of questioned it at first,
Right.
and then you were nudged a little bit by your attorney friend, and then it took almost a tragedy
Yes.
to bring you to enlightenment. You
Right.
were like, ding, that's what needs
Right.
to happen. And then now I get it. Truth, honey. And it fits perfectly because if you think about it, and I'm going to brand here, okay?
Go ahead,
so
brander.
you just sit over there and be quiet because I know you're going to be like,
I know nothing about
you're
branding, but
you're
go
just
ahead.
going to go off on this tantrum now. No, but seriously,
Go ahead,
I mean,
go ahead.
honey is the truth. It really is. You know, if you think about it, it is the truth. And for her to have that revelation and to